Assalamualaikum.
Salam sejahtera.
Lihat.
Hello.
Saya Raudah binti Danila.
And fellow classmate. Today, me and my groupmate will present about case study 5 that required to use a payroll process cycle. Let's proceed with table of entities and activities. Based on the question, we were given 3 different departments, which is HR department, production department, and account department. Each of the department has its own entities and activities. As we can see on the table, HR department consists of 3 entities and 7 of activities, while the production department has 4 entities and 8 of activities. Meanwhile, for account department, they have 8 entities and 17 of activities. Next, we move to context diagram. Context diagram is the highest level of DFD. It consists of data processing system and external entities. According to our table of entities and activities, we have listed 5 external entities, that is employees, manager, supervisor, general ledger clerk, and bank. To get a better understanding on our context diagram, please refer the diagram shows to know what are the source and its input, as well as the output and the data destination. Next, we proceed with a logical data flow diagram. Our data flow diagram starts when the employee data on the time card will be used to prepare an attendance report and as well as update employment report. Then, the data from both of the activities will be filed into employment information and attendance report file. Next, the employee data on job ticket will be used in order to prepare a job time report. Once the job time report is done, it will be filed. Other than that, the time attendance info from time card and employee overtime from job ticket will be used to prepare a payroll. After the summary file of payroll is done, the payslip will be distributed to the employees, and one of the copy will be filed. The approved payroll calculation summary will also be used in order to prepare a payment list. The payment list will be submitted to the bank, and bank will make a salary payment by online to the employees. One copy of payment list will be filed in a department. Payroll payment list and payroll calculation will also be used in order to prepare and update a journal voucher. Journal voucher and the payroll calculation then will be used in order to update the general ledger. Once the general ledger has been updated, it will be filed. A flowchart. Our flowchart involves 3 departments. One is Human Resource Department, second one is Production Department, and third one is Account Department. The Human Resource Department employee will record the attendance on time card manually. Then the time card will be collected and reviewed by the clerk. The employee information and attendance report will be signed and get approval from the supervisor first before they key in the data into the computer as well as update employee record. One copy of employee information and one copy of attendance report will be filed in the department. The original employee information and attendance report will be sent to the account department. On production department, the employee will record attendance on time card and fill up the job ticket manually. Then, the data from the time card and the job ticket will be reconciled by the clerk. The data then will be checked by the supervisor and approved by the manager. The data then will be keyed into the computer. One copy of attendance report and one copy of job time report will be filed in the department. The original will be sent to the account department. On account department, they will receive employee information, attendance report, and job time report. The data will be used in order to calculate net salary. Then, the data will be updated into the computer by the payment clerk. The output from the calculation is payroll calculation summary. The payroll calculation summary then will be approved by the manager. For payroll calculation summary, there will be 2 copies. One copy will be filed in the department and one copy will be used in order to make the payslip and then distribute to the employees. The original payroll calculation summary will be sent to a payment clerk in order to prepare a payroll payment list. The payroll payment list then will be approved by the general manager and account manager. Then the payroll payment list will be sent to bank and bank will make an online transfer for salary payment to the employees. There will be 2 copies of payroll payment list. The first one will be filed in the department and the other one will be sent to account clerk with the payroll calculation summary. Once the account clerk receives the payroll calculation summary and payroll payment list, the data will be used in order to prepare and update the journal voucher. The journal voucher and the payroll calculation then will be sent to a general ledger clerk. General ledger clerk use the information to update the payroll general ledger. Then the output, which is journal voucher and payroll calculation summary sheet, will be filed.
Okay, continue with 3 strands of internal control procedure in BKA Government Berhad. First of all, what is internal control? Internal control is a set of procedures or policies that company apply to prevent fraud. It's also a system that have been designed to help company to achieve their objective. Okay, first, independent verification procedures. Independent verification procedures is a process to check or identify either errors or misrepresentation. In BKA Government Berhad, it shows that there is a consistent check with the company employees, which is been assigned to the HR clerk to check the accuracy monthly. Next is segregation of duties. Segregation of duties is a concept of separating incompatible duties so that one doesn't have to bear all the 3 duties. In production department, it shows the administration clerk will reconcile the data and it will check by the production supervisor and approved by the production manager. Okay, third, requiring dual signature. Requiring dual signature means requires 2 signature or approval of the 2 authorized person. In account department, a complete payroll payment list needs both general and account manager approval.
Now I'm going to present question C, which is identify 5 possible weaknesses in BKA Government Berhad. Firstly, lack of supervision. It shows when the clock machine in each department are located in unattended room away from the main human resource and production area, so employee can easily and freely slacking off without anyone notice that. Next, lack of segregation of duties. It is because human resource clerk collects and review employees' time card for accuracy, and human resource clerk also will update an employee record for a newly joined and recent employee. So HR clerk has extensive control in BKA Government Berhad, which can lead to the fraud in organisation. Besides that, lack of supervision. This can be seen when employees fill up a job ticket to record their working hours in production line without anyone supervise them. This job ticket will supply information about their labor for costing purpose and employees overtime for payroll calculation. Moreover, lack of accounting record. Payroll clerk use attendance and job time report from HR and production department to calculate the net salary for all employees. Meanwhile, payroll clerk will also need employee records in payroll processing. Last but not least, lack of transaction authorization. It shows when general ledger clerk update payroll general ledger using general voucher report with payroll calculation summary sheet instead of using labor distribution summary.
So I will continue the presentation with the risk exposure of the internal control weaknesses. For the first one is lack of security. With these weaknesses, the organization may expose to the risk of obtaining incorrect information and dishonesty of employees that may impact the financial data of the organization. For the second one is segregation of duties. may expose risk of disinformation and less manageable occurs during key-in process. For the third one is lack of the supervision, may expose the risk of inaccurate data on direct labor with the working hour record intentional or unintentional. For the next one is the lack of accounting report, may expose risk of inaccurate information record and injustice towards employees. Last but not least is the lack of transaction authorization, may expose risk of inappropriation towards financial report of the organization. I will continue the presentation with the internal control procedure. For the first one is physical access control. This system provides access control software, a user database, and access control policies, audit, and enforcement management tools. This system capability is to prevent an unauthorized access or operation. For the second one is separation of duties. Separating duties involve dividing responsibilities. The more duties are divided, the less incentive any particular person has to perform any fraud. For the third one is standardized reporting on financial documentation. The standardization of records used for financial transactions such as invoice, payroll, purchase receipt, and other documentation can help to ensure the continuity in record keeping from time to time. For the next one is periodic reconciliation in accounting system. Occasional accounting adjustment ensure that the balance in your accounting system match the balance in your account held by another entities. Last but not least is appoint a project manager. The organization need to appoint a project manager who knows and understands the requirements of financial reporting and create a cross-functional team comprising finance and accounting team, information technology, human resource, and etc. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, so here we are going to talk about 5 possible ways of applying information technology to transform a conventional business platform to digital business in the aspect of managing revenue and expenditure cycle. Everyone well informed that the world are currently facing pandemic, economy falling apart, and Malaysia is one of the countries facing crisis. Business cannot operate as usual to less contact with other human beings. Firstly, consumer-driven build-to-order business model, products or items that are only built when the orders are confirmed. It is also proven by the computer company and few more companies who applies BTO that the approach succeeds on reducing 10% of the production cost. It is a good way where it less risky because the company doesn't hold a lot of stock. Next, supply chain management software, more to overall management where it will plan, control, and execute the flow of the product from material to production to distribution with a way that benefited the company. It can increase efficiency, collaboration, profit, reduce costs, help company to manage the demand, and carry the right amount inventory to help minimize costs and customer demand ineffectively. Thirdly, even Malaysia have lost their standard operating procedure, but we still can apply to other countries. For example, this company which having business such as clothes field, they always have their supplier in China, which make it difficult to interact. There are issues that we cannot discuss even through online meeting. Hence, information technology such as supplier management software which will ensure that suppliers act according to their contract. It can also cover everything regarding vendors and reducing risk in business supply chain. By applying this software, it can make the company feel more secure when doing business with their supplier.
The fourth point, Malaysia also can implement offline-online integration method. Offline to online shopping is a marketing practice that attracts prospective consumers to make transactions in physical store from electronic platforms. Companies are able to manage their inventory by being safe. Last but not least, revenue model for their business that have been developed and useful for digital business. For example, revenue from sponsorship of site section or contents type which the company can advertise their product or channel on other site. There will be charged under certain requirements, but it will benefit both parties. The company can get new customers and owner of the site will get paid for publishing. Digitization can support the business assets and potential interest in the future and create added value for the company. Demonstrates greater control over the production and sale process. Enable companies to create new business models and source of income.